it's one of the spells you can actually carry as heal. You tried, didn't heal.
So you had to heal naturally.
No, it didn't even heal naturally.
Is it still hurting now?
Right, I mean, you see what my question leads here is, so you are not dead, and you received three, was it three massive scars
No,
across?
it was one huge.
Just the one.
Right, so one massive claw mark across the... Right, so
I never said, I did not say claw.
I am inferring claw, because I'm assuming it's a tooth
Yeah.
or a claw. There's very few things that would cause a massive mark like this. So Ralph is assuming. But you survived this, so... Does that still hurt?
It's healed up now, and I'm walking.
It's up to you. Does it still hurt?
It hurts. And
It
the
hurts
fact-
here.
A physical pain or a mental pain?
Although
No,
the wound is not here.
Could guys,
I did
guys
go to the
just,
doctor, and I said, went to the surgeon and said, it hurts here, it hurts here, it hurts
Poking
here.
it then.
And then, do you know what he said to me? I broke my finger.
Yeah. Oh, the old ones are the best.
No.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Is
if
that
it
what you
still
keep
hurts or
telling
not.
them?
I only-
Sally, this is one of
I
your
only
friends
hurt-
that came to play.
Yeah.
The
Can,
fact that thing still has Victoria, not knowing if she's alive or dead.
could guys do something with the scar? Could he
Kiss it.
touch Rodan's skin to see if it's warm? I want to see if he's undead or not.
Oh,
Ah.
interesting.
Shit!
That would explain why it wouldn't heal. And guys would be.
Well, he might be a revenant.
Leon, I love the way you think. I would never have
Revenant.
thought of that.
I'm going to have a look at something now. Ronan,
I'm-
don't say anything. Do not say anything.
Have a
Yeah,
zombie
I
living on
Compromise.
us.
Do not want to compromise anything at this point. However,
He's
I will-
not human.
I will look at Gaz. Okay, let's see what you've got. So, what would you want to do?
I will touch his hand or the.
Are you
and I'll
holding
be
his
trying
hand?
to find a pulse for one thing.
So, Ronan,
And
do you
his
want to
skin
let
quite
Gaz hold your hand?
Hold my hand.
I wanna hold your hand.
That's not my hand. I got the reference.
I'm
Love
just gonna
IT crowd.
I'm just gonna things, give my hand, just put my hand out.
So, Gaz, as you touched the hand, and you said you were going for the pulse, right? So,
But as he looks at my hand, there's a cut Matt Bain, I just do that.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
no. As you go to reach out to his hand,
Slow.
start to touch, and you start to go, just you've been around dead bodies now, mate. So it's a case of gonna go. It's an interesting one because as you start to feel over, you can see that the hairs are growing on him. Very much so. It's an indicative thing of being alive, or is it because hairs can grow after? So you kind of realise and go, that wouldn't be the obvious thing to go for. You turn over and you start to look at the colour of his skin. He is kind of pale. However, with the paleness, he says, well, we haven't eaten much and he's been trapped for days. There's no an indication. And then you go and feel for the pulse. Yeah, he's very much human. He's alive. There's a pulse.
I was like,
What a tease.
He's very much human.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Gaz and say he's satisfied.
Yeah, I am. Sorry, I want to.
I'll go over to Nyla and go.
I'm going
He doesn't mean it.
I'm going to go up to Gaz and just put my hand on his shoulder and say, just not your type, man. Then we'll go.
I will find love one day.
aww.
No, you won't.
Oh.
You'll die alone like all of
Oh,
us.
you will.
We have each other.
We're
guys.
gonna get eaten by a dragon apparently. So let's get going.
Are you sure
Did
you're
I
not
say
dead?
to you about your
No.
roll, Ralph? It's definitely not a kraken.
Yeah, you said
That's
it's maybe
yeah,
it was more something comparable in size I was looking for.
Yeah.
But But does it give the impression it's larger than the Kraken that we dealt with? Because it did swallow Nim at one point. So
I get you. It's hard. It's hard to tell. Even though it was a very good roll, it's very hard to tell. Simply because you have nothing to compare this scar to. It's one of these things you don't know what caused it. You know it was something, but was it a claw? Was it falling from a branch? I mean, you've seen Iron Oak do damage as well. You know there's weapons of Iron Oak. Could it have been you fell and got cut for the Iron Oak? There's nothing to say how this scar came about. So you don't have anything to compare it to estimate, yeah, this is a Kraken or this is as big as a Kraken.
that's fun.
What you're telling us right now is that we've just wasted like a full day walking. Now you want to
Wasted?
go back.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
That's what
that's
you're
a very
saying.
valid point. Yeah,
Why did you not bring
I
this
thought you were
up on
talking
the
to
ground?
TM there.
Ronan has
Ronan,
literally just turned around and said, "Yeah, I'm going back. See you later."
I think if I did not say we're going back, I'd say I'm not wanting to leave this until I find it. This place.
We're about to leave the place.
I want to walk up to Ronan
Hold
just
on,
now.
mate.
I just want to look. I want to just look him straight in the eye. And go, listen, Ronan. I get where you're coming from. You lost the woman. Something's happened to the woman you love, and you want to do whatever you can. There's only two things I'm sure of right now. One, you know that everyone standing in front of you right now is alive. You know that you've kept us alive. You've helped us get there. And so I'm pretty sure, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that we're here to help you if you want to. But we got lucky getting this far. We cannot promise that we'll be able to make it back out, and you don't do her any honor if you die. It's up to you. I trust you, and I don't think we can get out of here without you. But think about that.
I thank you for that. For the past there, my head was to get you guys out. I'm used to traveling these woods alone, hunting for this creature, but I now feel I can hunt this creature with a group behind me. Because they're willing to help me find it, and I'm willing to help you with your situation. And I turn around to Rav and say, I know you've got something going on, and I'm willing to help you with.
what I would add is that even if we get to the top of these trees, we're still in the middle of the Anarch Ocean, so going up there doesn't really make any difference. We can't walk across the top of the canopy. I was under the impression we were trying to move towards land, and we were staying up high to get away from the terrifying monsters which are underneath us. So, I mean, what is our plan if we get up there? Just so I'm clear.
My reason for getting up there is for bearing. To get a bearing on where I am and how far in the land is. But now we have a friend here. You've told me he's very good at this thing. He's not been wrong yet.
The orc can tell us which direction we need to travel, and we have a map which will lead us toward land.
Yeah.
Unless I'm mistaken, the creature that you were talking about, that was before you were trapped by the queen, and
Yeah.
it was 3 months ago that you came down here. Do you see any tracks? Do you have an indication of where we should go, or are we just searching the whole ocean?
Right, before we go any further, just to save for confusion, yeah, 3 months he's been down here hunting. Does not necessarily mean he lost his love 3 months ago.
That's not what I said. What I said is
Yeah.
been down here for 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
How long were you captured for?
I'll also say this, see the survival check you made earlier that spurred on the wisdom saving throw for this moment, Ronan. The reason I asked you to do that is because you've lost the scent, you've lost the tracks. At this point, you have seen nothing to indicate that this creature is anywhere near here. And this is why I asked you to make the saving throw when you failed your survival check. So this is why you've gone cold, and now you're leaving. It's hitting hard on you. You're going. It's almost fuck. Damn it. That kind of feeling of failure, if you know what I mean. As harsh a word as that is.
Mm.
I could also say to you, Roland, that a creature that has done this word would spread. If we perhaps travel back to the lands people inhabit, there might be news of such a creature. I'm willing to help you in this because you have helped us so far. It might get us to safety. Sally's doing something weird.
Ali,
Sorry, I've got
Yeah.
a moth in my living room and I'm
Right,
terrified
okay.
of them.
Oh,
Ask it if it's got a character sheet.
I'm
I'll
also
see this.
able to just one last thing. I'm
Yeah.
also able to communicate over long distances. If you can describe a person to me, I can ask them if there's been further attacks on your homeland.
so Ronan,
Wait,
you know, there's different creatures all down here all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of them undiscovered, a lot of them things. Now, because of your background and the way you wrote it, you know, this is probably first time or hearing of any creature like this down here. Because when you went back up and you tried to convince from your story, no one believed you. In fact, if you remember the story, it didn't go well for you, which is why you're down here.
yeah, I was going to go to that. I was going to say,
Yeah.
like, yeah, we could go back, but I don't know, want to go back to any sort of land just in case I meet Victoria's father. Because I know if I go back, Victoria's father will have my head.
He
What?
thinks you killed her.
He thinks I killed her, yes.
Ah,
And then horribly wounded
Ellie.
yourself in an impossible manner. One last thing. Did the creature that attacked you appear to be intelligent?
That's up to you.
Well,
That's up to Ralph.
if
No, it's up to Ronan, because like I say, I'm trying this out for the first time to see, because you know, there's a load of wonderful.
on poor Jim. He was like,
No, we did have a conversation about this quite a wee while back,
Yeah.
saying, listen, says I'd rather you have
I
you
remember
hunt something-" Yeah, you have
3-month-old
something
insight check. Go.
No, it's basically the
Obviously,
fact
well-
of it was an idea I had of saying, well, there's all these wonderful magical creatures. I shouldn't have all the fun myself, and he had an idea of his background. I says, well, you've got an idea of your background. Tell me what did it. Give me an idea, and then I'll write rules up for it. You describe it. So it's
Well,
so like to
I'm
say,
love it.
I'm
Yeah.
going to say, well, exactly, I'm just going to tell me rather. Well, it must be intelligent. Because if it wasn't intelligent, we might have ran into it already.
it's the only thing I didn't really have. Now I know. Okay.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because I could perhaps communicate with a creature and challenge it to a fight. If you can describe it well enough to me, then I can basically say, here's the time and place, you owe me.
Oh, sometimes guys just come up with the weirdest of shit. Right, give us a minute.
If it's an
Give me a
intelligent
minute,
creature
right?
and he can explain it
This
to me,
needs
that
to
is
happen.
that is what the spell says.
Yes. Talk amongst
I don't
yourselves.
wanna-
Wait a minute.
I don't want to do that. I
Where's
don't
your,
want-
I love this.
It's
where's
like,
your
I was like,
thinking this? Melgrim is just sitting there like, so Ronan and Ralph have just decided to pick a fight with some monster, and not got to discuss it with the rest of us.
I'll help
you
fight a
know,
monster.
Not
hear
yet,
me.
I
Before
want
this
to
goes any
describe-
further, Sally, sorry, you wanted to say something just there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just
sorry.
wanted to know if we know how long you were captured for.
Yeah, you were 3 weeks in.
Let's
Yeah.
count
Oh,
for
you
these.
said that 3 weeks.
In those 3 weeks, did you hear or see anything to do with the creature?
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
Might know it all.
How long have you been
Now to think
down here
about it,
in total?
now
Three
to
months.
think about it, I haven't really. I've lost the scent of the creature. Before I was attacked and captured, I had the scent down. I had its tracks down, and I was falling ahead to it. Then I was caught in the same manner you were. I was caught in a net and took up.
Can
And
I
then
ask?
those things tried
You
to.
got in a trap.
Yeah.
Yes,
can
yes,
go
you can answer for me. Go ahead, ask your question.
the edge.
Leon, see your thing.
Sorry, Ralph.
I
I
was
don't want to be.
rough.
Not,
Go
I
on,
don't
go.
want to be insensitive or anything. But why did it kill